Hello everyone and welcome back to another Wizard101 video. Today, I was looking at my old videos and I was like, what next? What do I cover? And one thing I noticed and I was thinking about making a video on was ranking the schools in Wizard101. Now I did one 6 months ago and I did one 10 months ago, and I was thinking, I was like, I don't want to just do another one. And I realized as I kept thinking about it that I can't really rank the schools. So today, I'm going to instead shift focuses and explain why I think it is impossible to rank all of the schools in Wizard101. Now, impossible obviously is a pretty harsh term. Obviously, you can rank them by your favorites, you can rank stuff, but you can't rank it objectively. At least, not all of them objectively. So let's get into the first point in this video, which is it is incredibly hard to actually justify ranking Wizard101 schools and putting them into categories. Now, what I mean by this is, when I made the original ranking Wizard101 school videos, I was doing it based on my opinion of them. What I thought about each of them. I believe the rankings in that video went ice, life, balance, death, myth, fire, storm. And what that was is a mix of my opinions mixed with the actual schools themselves. The one I made more recently went ice, life, balance, myth, fire, storm, death, which was for PvE. Now, I don't know if you can see what's wrong with this, but to me, I don't think any of these rankings are fair, and looking back on them, I don't like them. And the reason for that is I think it's lacking in objectivity, right? Every time you rank a school, you're ranking it by a certain standard, right? So for example, the first video, I was ranking it by my opinion on them. The second one, I was ranking it based on how well they do in PvE. Now, the problem with these rankings is that there are certain categories that are extremely hard to categorize. For example, in my ranking the PvE school video, ranking how well they do just generally in PvE, I found a significant problem in the fact that I don't think it was fair. I don't think that universally any one school is above the rest. Death might be really good, sure, but you're definitely going to want to fire. A team is always going to be incomplete if you don't have a healing role like a life. You need someone to blade, so saying that balance is bad just objectively is incorrect, and I don't think it's fair to rank them in that way, which is why I can no longer do it. Now, I can still rank them by my opinions, but my opinions are not facts, and it is impossible for me to say objectively this school is better in PvE. This was a problem with how well each school does with soloing video because I can't really rank them. I can put them into categories, like for example, I think Storm is a lot harder to solo than Death, but I can't say that objectively any one school is astronomically better than the other ones at a specific category. Now that's one reason, or my first reasons why I would say it's hard to rank the schools. My second, and this is definitely the most prevalent one for me, is changing opinions. It is impossible for me to rank the schools and the opinions being the exact same a few months later. So for example, in those rankings I just listed earlier in the original videos, I don't agree with that opinion anymore. And I didn't 4 months later after I made the original ranking video, and I don't 6 months later after making the second one. For example, I don't think life should be second to last. After playing it a bit, and after playing Wizard101 a bit more, I kind of have warmed up to life, right? I would say life is a bit higher. Storm, in my opinion, doesn't deserve to be anywhere near the top of either of those two lists. I think Storm is near the bottom in regards to things. And that really shows why I can't do a ranking. Like, for example, right now, if I just had to rank them off the top of my head, it would probably go Ice, Storm, Balance, Life, Fire, Myth, Death, maybe? I think that that would be pretty fair. And obviously that is a vast difference compared to 6 months ago, and it's an even greater difference compared to 10 months ago. And that's my problem, is 6 months from now, I'm probably going to think Storm is the worst school. I'm probably going to maybe even think that, like, Life is a bit better than, say, Myth or Fire. And this will constantly change because you're constantly adapting. You're learning more about this game, and you're kind of getting in the groove of things. So ultimately, I would say that's why it is impossible for me to rank the schools objectively anymore, and why in the future you're probably not going to see too many videos of me ranking things objectively. You're going to see my opinions on things, but I can't say hands down, okay, ice is worse than balance when it comes to soloing in PvE, because if any of you have done that, you know that they both suck. And I can't say one particularly sucks more than the other. I have an opinion on which one sucks more than the other, but I don't think objectively I can say that, which is the problem when it comes to that. Okay, so the moral of this story, because I've been rambling a bit now, is that humans are inherently biased. We have a certain opinion towards a certain thing that we cannot get out of our head. In psychology, you learn that there's an in-group bias and an out-group bias. For example, most storm wizards are going to think that, say, ice sucks more than, say, most life wizards would think that ice sucks. And the problem with that is it leads to skewed opinions on objectivity and what's truly fact. I think a lot of people have gotten it into their heads that fire is better than storm. And I think it's funner than storm, but objectively it's not that much better. 10% damage isn't going to do anything compared to storm's base 300 damage more on spells. Now, I think fire is better in my opinion, but objectively I can't say that that is fact. And I think that that's really important to note. So really, that's all I wanted to talk about today. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Do you agree with me here? You could say I'm just entirely bullcrap. You could say, hey, Noah, I think you're wrong, and we can rank the schools, and here's my rankings. So let me know what you think. I think that this was really me just saying, I can't rank schools anymore. It's just impossible for me to rank the schools objectively. It's impossible for me to say specifically which one's better. So I hope you enjoyed the ramblings of the madman. And if you did, drop a like, hit the sub button. So make sure to support me on Patreon. I really do appreciate all the financial supporters I'm getting over there. Really, really nice of you to go out of your way to help me. So thank you all for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Adios.